Hi, I'm Steve Alls, host of a new cooking show called Cookin With Kroger. It features local chefs and personalities from around the area that will share their delicious signature recipes with you using products found in your local Kroger stores. We are on location here in this beautiful kitchen at Twists and Turns at Valley View Mall in Roanoke, Virginia, getting set to do some cooking. During the show, we're going to tell you how you can enter the Cookin With Kroger sweepstakes for your chance to win a $100 Kroger shopping spree, and we'll announce this week's winner. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's episode of Cookin With Kroger. Many people throughout the world suffer from allergies. These range from simple irritants like pet dander or pollen to more serious allergies like nuts or shellfish. One particular food allergy that's been identified and come to the forefront in recent years is gluten. Gluten is a protein found in wheat, rye, and barley, which can lead to a condition called celiac disease. Studies show that 1 in every 133 people suffers from this condition, and 97% of the people go undiagnosed. My special guest today knows all about celiac disease and gluten-free diets. I'd like to welcome Vernon Ferguson to the show. Vernon, great to have you here today, buddy.
Great to be here, Steve.
All right. We are very fortunate to have Vernon work for us. He runs our Nature's Market at the Kroger at Tanglewood Mall. And not only are we going to talk about a gluten-free diet, but we're also going to make some of his signature gluten-free recipes. Vernon, what's our first dish today?
Well, Steve, today we're going to make a quinoa mango salad.
That sounds awesome. So what's our first step to making this dish?
First thing you want to do is cook the quinoa. We're going to take some dry quinoa, about 1 cup, and we're going to dump it into 2 cups of hot water.
You know, I really love quinoa. I'll tell you, I know that like in tabbouleh, the germ on the grain actually has a more of a nicer feel in your mouth than that tabbouleh does. So that's one really good thing. And what is quinoa?
Quinoa is an ancient grain from South America, grown primarily in Bolivia. It is totally unrelated to New World grains or Old World grains, so it does not affect people with celiac disease. It does not contain the same kind of protein found in the gluten.
You know, and this is, like I said, it's a very old grain, isn't it?
Yes, this grain was actually farmed by the Incas, so it goes back thousands of years.
Yeah, and it's good. So, and you have some here that's already cooked, correct?
Yes, I have 2 cups. It's just like when you're cooking rice. For every cup of uncooked, you wind up with 2 cups of cooked.
Okay.
So we're going to start with 2 cups of the cooked quinoa. This has been chilled. We're going to add to that some chopped green onion.
Okay.
Some diced peeled mangoes.
Now, if you were, say, and you didn't feel like messing with a mango, because I know mangoes are very tough to deal with sometimes, could you use the frozen kind?
You could use the frozen, just thaw it first, and then re-dice it because the frozen usually is a larger piece.
Yeah, sometimes with the frozen fruit, what happens is that, you know, when it freezes, that breaks that shell structure down just a little bit, and when you thaw it out, all the water starts to come out of it a little bit.
The frozen fruit also may be a bit sweeter. When you pick out the fresh, you're going to get variations in texture and taste, and I prefer the fresh.
Yeah, and actually the next item that you're putting in here adds a really nice sweetness to this thing, doesn't it?
Yes, the dried cranberries, they add sweetness, but at the same time a little bit of tart and a great color. We've got a great contrast going on with all these colors.
That is a beautiful color right there so far. And then our last item that goes in this salad is?
This is some diced parsley.
Okay.
Again, we want to use fresh just for the flavor and for the bright green color.
Okay. And what do? You just kind of mix that up?
Yeah, you just mix it very thoroughly. It's simple. Stir it all together. And you can see all those great colors starting to come through.
That's beautiful. Now, we mentioned earlier that you work the Nature's Market area in Kroger. What is Nature's Market?
Well, the Nature's Market is the area in the store for anything that is all natural, meaning it does not have artificial flavors, artificial colors, preservatives. A lot of people confuse it with organics. Organics just has to do with pesticide use and whether or not it's genetically modified. So when you go into the Nature's Market at Kroger, you can trust that everything in there is natural and you don't have to worry about any hidden ingredients.
I tell you, that Nature's Market, to me, is a hidden gem inside of our Krogers. It's just one of those added value things that not a lot of our competitors have.
No.
Nor, sometimes you can't even go to a freestanding place and have all the options that we have sometimes.
No,
here.
we have got hundreds of items that are all natural, and the demand is growing. And so you'll find in our stores, we have recently expanded Nature's Markets throughout the Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah. So, getting back to our quinoa and mango salad here, what do we have to do next to this?
Well, once it is thoroughly mixed, we're going to go ahead and put together our dressing. Now for the dressing, I've got some white wine vinegar, olive oil, some salt, and cracked pepper.
Now, if you didn't want all that salt, you could actually put a little bit less in there, can't you?
You could. You can also use sea salt because sea salt, of course, is lower in sodium.
Correct.
It has some added potassium, and it tastes saltier, so that is always a good option. Now,
You're just going to mix that up there?
Just whisk it together real lightly, just to get everything blended.
Now, I would say that probably another kind of oil would be able to, you could use another kind of oil or another kind of vinegar if you wanted to. Just give it a different kind of flavor, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could change it up. Olive oil does work best, but you could use a balsamic vinaigrette or balsamic vinegar, and then we just pour it right over the salad.
I'll just pour it in there, and you can give it a good stir. There you go.
Now again, we just stir it thoroughly. And then we're going to put this in the fridge and let it chill.
Just for what? Just maybe an hour or two?
Hour at the least, and then we serve.
Now you've got an awesome way to serve this in. Real big martini glass. I like that.
Yes.
Kind of like a cold appetizer. You can just pull this right out of the fridge. You've already got it heaped up there and put it in there. You know, one thing that that's really neat about this is that I have some people when we have dinner parties at my house or whatever, and they have special needs or special diets. And when you have those kind of people, it kind of throws up your plan just a little bit. But then if you know how you can go to things like this, makes it so much easier for you, and you can make them feel more comfortable that they can eat.
Yes, and the good thing about this recipe is it is 100% naturally gluten-free. We didn't change any ingredients to make this gluten-free. So this is a healthy option for everyone. You're going to get the great proteins from the quinoa. You're going to get added fiber from the fruit and from the quinoa. And it looks wonderful.
Yes, it does.
This also, as you said, it's a great cold appetizer. You can use it to stuff peppers, tomatoes. You could even roast it in a pepper, and you'd have a great, great appetizer.
Let's pile some of this stuff up in here. Boy, it smells good too, doesn't it? You get those onions, and I can smell the mango.
You'll notice that I slice the onions a little large. It gives that great flavor. If you cut them too small, you're going to lose some of that flavor.
I could actually see us putting maybe some garlic or coriander or cilantro in here too, and giving a nice, neat flavor too. Look at that, isn't that beautiful?
That is
Looks
great.
awesome. We're going to take a break, but coming up, we're making authentic, gluten-free Swedish meatball burgers. Stick around.
I believe the produce you find at Kroger is better than anywhere else, period.
It's gotta be fresh.
Every cut of meat I put out is absolutely fresh.
You can really taste the difference.
We bake our bread fresh in our store.
You can't get any fresher.
If you need fresh flowers, Kroger has something beautiful.
You have to see what we have to offer in organic and natural foods.
At Kroger, we're focused on quality.
I'm focused on quality.
I'm focused on quality.
I'm focused on quality.
I'm focused on quality.
Get more value
For the way you live.
Every day at Kroger.
You've seen our beautiful kitchen on Cookin' with Kroger. Now check out Twist and Turns, Virginia-made custom metal furniture. Counter stools, bar stools, tables, chairs. Elegant enough for indoors, yet durable for outdoors. With over 100 designs to choose from, we can personalize your furniture with a logo, drawing, or picture. Plus, we offer a variety of powder coating finishes. Twist and Turns. Visit us online or at our retail store at Valley View Mall in Roanoke.
Hey, we're back. I'm your host, Steve Alls, and with me is Vernon Ferguson with Kroger's Nature's Market. Vernon, from our conversation, you are on a gluten-free diet, aren't you?
Yes, I am, Steve.
You know, I can't imagine having to live with this disease.
It's very difficult. This is not really a diet as much as it is a lifestyle.
Right.
You have to be very careful of every food. You have to read ingredient lists. You have to read the labels. Going to a restaurant, you have to be careful that they don't add croutons to a salad. They may be mixed into the bottom. So you've got to be very vigilant, always reading the labels, always checking.
Well, you know, you're my hero, man, because I love food so much, you know, and I don't even look at the labels. I just take them down. So anyway, what's the next dish we're doing?
Well, next we are going to take my grandmother's Swedish meatball recipe and we're going to turn it into burgers.
Oh, that sounds good. What is the first step in this?
First step is we're going to take some breadcrumbs and we're going to soak them with some heavy whipping cream. Just pour it over, let it soak about 5 minutes. Once they've soaked up, you want to pour the excess cream back into the bowl because you're going to need it later on.
And that's probably going to go and make our, kind of like our sauce for our Swedish meatballs.
It's going to make a simmer sauce.
All right. And so while that's happening, then what?
Well, then we're going to actually add all the ingredients together to make the burgers. We're starting with 1.5 pounds of lean ground beef. We've got 1 egg. You don't have to have it already beaten because you're going to mix it really well. We've got half of a small onion.
Okay.
Then we've got salt and cracked pepper again. Cardamom, which is traditionally used in Indian dishes, but also in Scandinavian baking.
And that's your background, isn't it?
That is my background. I am a Swedish American. And finally, my grandmother's secret ingredient, allspice.
Oh, I love that stuff.
You'll find with Swedish recipes, every family has their own recipe for Swedish meatballs. It will be unique to the region, and it will be unique to the family.
Hey, it's just like pasta sauce, you know?
Exactly.
Everybody's got their own.
Exactly. Now, you simply get dirty.
You know, and your best tools in the kitchen are clean, sanitized hands, aren't they?
Absolutely.
You know, sometimes we get viewer comments about using gloves and stuff like that, but I think that, you know, it's better just to use your hand. You have a better feel. As long as you're washing them, sanitizing them, hey, we're good with that.
Wash your hands, clean under your nails, make sure that you get all the previous ingredients out of there.
There you go.
So we're going to just go ahead and get
Go
in there and mix it up. You want to make sure that you mix it very thoroughly because the dry spices have got to go throughout all of it.
Yeah, and I would say because those two spices, the cardamom and the allspice, they are very strong spices. So it could be, if you get a little pocket of that in your burger, you might go, wow, what is that?
Exactly. It will be a little bit too much for you.
It's looking good.
It looks really good.
I think you just about got it there. And you say that we've got to put these breadcrumbs back in there somehow.
Yes. It's been about 5 minutes, so we can go ahead and drain off the cream if you want to go ahead.
I want to talk about those breadcrumbs for just a second. What kind of bread are you using here? Because, you know, I'm thinking wheat.
No. This is Udi's brand gluten-free hamburger buns.
This stuff right here.
That right there.
And this is also the bun we're going to be putting this finished burger on when it's done, correct?
Yes, it is. These are made with a rice tapioca flour blend. It is completely gluten-free, and you'd be surprised. It tastes just like a hamburger or even a hoagie roll.
You know, I think when we first started with gluten-free products in America, they were kind of cardboardish and no taste to it. Now we're getting better at this, aren't we?
We are. Because there's so many people with this disease, there's more interest in providing good tasting quality foods.
Well, I can eat them, so that's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
So you're going to drain that. You're going to drain that excess back off.
Right. You're not going to have a lot because the breadcrumbs are very dry, and that excess you don't want to throw it away because you are going to go ahead and toss it into your simmer sauce.
There you go. And you don't want it too runny either, you know.
No, you don't. So we're going to work that in also. And again, thoroughly mixing all of this, and the cream is going to add to that final unique flavor.
Hey, more fat in it, big boy. That's all we need right there, right? If you can't have the gluten, we have the fat.
Exactly. You got to make a sacrifice.
Now, while you wash your hands, I want to go ahead and read one of the viewer comments, okay?
All right.
This comment is from Sarah Johnson of Concord, Virginia. And she said, "Thank you for the Valentine's Day show with Lindsay. I really enjoyed watching the preparation of each recipe. Actually, I was hooked on watching it. Everything seems so easy to make. Great job. Sarah, thank you so much for your comments. And I love these comments. You guys keep them coming. Now, Vernon, I guess you've got some already here that you've patted out already, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm going to put this, you say you want to start with butter in there,
yes.
right? You got to be real careful sometimes with butter when you put it into a pan because, you know, the solids can burn in there. But as long as you have it on like a medium-ish temperature, you should be okay.
Right, but you can also add oil or a little bit of margarine to keep it from burning.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So we're just going to go ahead and put these just like that in the pan?
Yep. Just gently lay them in. You never want to toss them into the pan.
And the good thing is to put them in the front first and then move it toward the back. That way, if there's any grease or hot butter or anything, it won't kill you. Okay? And so we get these things going, and then what's really our next step?
Our next step is to go ahead and we're going to brown them on both sides. So let them cook one time and then flip them. You don't want to constantly flip back and forth. It'll dry out the burger. Okay. Once they're browned, then we're going to go ahead and pour on.
I'm going to flip these over real quick because they already got a little bit of sear on them. There you go. And you say you're going to pour on the...
We're going to pour on 2 cups of heavy cream. Just pour it right over the burgers.
Okay.
And then we're going to go ahead and add in some additional cardamom and allspice, about a half teaspoon.
You know, and this is relative to the individual, like I've always said. If there's spices in there that you like or don't like, you can add more or take away. And then we've actually got some right here that we've actually been cooking this morning, and they are looking wonderful and smelling even better.
Incredible.
So, and then we've got one more item that we're going to put on this burger, right?
Right. Traditionally in Sweden, when you're eating Swedish meatballs, you would use lingonberries. I have a jar here. They're not available in every market. Mm-hmm. So a good substitute is cranberries.
Yes.
It tastes almost exactly the same. It comes across with the same texture, and you're going to have the same tartness. It's not used in Sweden as a condiment on bread or desserts. It's used with meats.
Okay. And this is a really simple thing to put this together really quick here.
This is a quick, easy recipe. You're going to take about a 1/4 cup of cranberry sauce, and I use the whole, a 1/2 cup of mayo, and you're going to whisk that together.
And it's a beautiful sauce too. Once it's all, it's like nice and pinkish, reddish.
It's a great pink combination. And then we take a 1/2 an orange, and you're only going to give it one quick squeeze. Okay. Whisk it again.
And that's it.
And that's it.
All right. So we've got it here. It's already done. So we just need to plate this thing, don't we?
That's it.
All right. Let me grab this plate for you while you get one of those nice, beautiful patties out of there with that sauce. Look at that.
Put that
Man,
on there.
It smells so good.
And then just to top it off, we've got a great fontina cheese. You don't add lettuce or onions traditionally in Sweden to a burger. You want the meat, the flavoring of the cheese, and the sauce to come through.
That's right. Well, this is beautiful. When we come back, just because the dessert doesn't contain gluten doesn't mean it doesn't taste good. Wait until you see this cheesecake. But first, it's time to announce our winner of the Cookin with Kroger sweepstakes. Congratulations, Sarah Johnson of Concord. You're our winner of this week's $100 Kroger shopping spree. Sarah will be sending you a gift card in the mail. If you would like a chance to win, please go to cookinwithkroger.com and enter our sweepstakes.
If you don't have a lot of time, come see what's fresh in our deli.
With your Kroger Deli, it's easy to serve up a great dinner.
Every dish is made fresh every day.
It's going to taste good and it's going to be fresh.
You can really taste the difference.
You need to try our fried chicken.
Secret recipe.
The best in town, man.
We make all our salads fresh.
They're unique, they're tasty.
Tonight, let us cook dinner for you.
Come and see what's fresh at your Kroger Deli.
Come see what's fresh.
Come see what's fresh.
Come and see what's fresh.
Come see what's fresh. Get more value
For the way you live.
Every day at Kroger.
You've seen our beautiful kitchen on Cookin with Kroger. Now check out Twist and Turns, Virginia-made custom metal furniture. Counter stools, bar stools, tables, chairs. Elegant enough for indoors, yet durable for outdoors. With over 100 designs to choose from, we can personalize your furniture with a logo, drawing, or picture. Plus, we offer a variety of powder coating finishes. Twist and Turns. Visit us online or at our retail store at Valley View Mall in Roanoke.
Hey, welcome back. Vernon, I'd like to continue our discussion about gluten-free products and some of the items that Kroger carries that are gluten-free.
Well, there's a lot of hype right now about gluten-free. There's some products that have got some great advertising, like Chex. Some Chex products were already gluten-free, and then they've made some additional gluten-free products. We have great rice pastas, such as tinkiata, which is 100% gluten-free. There's also great treats for the kids, lots of cookies, crackers, and snacks, including Kenny Twos.
Oh, these things, what we're going to be working with in this next one, huh? Kenny Twos.
Kenny Twos. This is a product made by Cookin Products. It is a gluten-free cookie that tastes exactly like an Oreo.
Well, you know, if you can get close to that, I'll be happy with it. But what you've got next, because it looks really good. So what is this dish that we're making?
We are making a no-bake mini cookie and cream cheesecake.
All right, man. All right, what's the first step here?
First step is we're going to separate the Kenny Twos.
Okay.
We take 3 of them and just break them into quarters.
Okay.
That's going to be our garnish for later.
Okay.
Then we take 12 of the cookies and crush them really finely in a food processor. This is going to form the crust, and the cream mixed in there helps hold it together.
Okay.
The last step is we take the remaining cookies, because you're going to use the entire package, and we're just going to crumble them, because you want, in your mixture, you want some big pieces, you want some small pieces, and you want some of the crumb.
Well, if you say anything cookies and cream, there better be some kind of crumbled up or
right.
Oreos or
And
Kenny Twos in it.
It doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
The other good thing about this recipe is you can make it with Oreos or any other flavored sandwich cookie.
Okay. All right. And so the next step is to kind of make our cookie and cream.
We're going to make the cream.
Okay.
First step is we're going to take some heavy whipping cream, which we've already whipped up here. You want to beat it on high until stiff peaks form, which means when you take the beaters out, that it forms a peak and it doesn't fall down.
It's such a simple thing to do, and we've done it on the show many times, so I didn't really feel like we needed to do that today.
Nope. Then we're going to take some softened cream cheese.
Okay.
We don't use whipped cream cheese or the tub cream cheese because they don't hold up.
Right.
You want something that's going to set. Let it set out at room temperature for about an hour or 2.
You better, or you're going to be in trouble, aren't
It's going to be a mess. We're going to add a ½ cup of sugar.
Okay.
And a teaspoon of vanilla. And then we're just going to go ahead and cream it. Start on a low speed and then gradually increase as it starts to form together.
Hey, Vernon, while you're doing that, while we've got a second, I'd like to take a minute and mention our website. Sure. It is cookinwithkroger.com. That's where you can learn more about the show, check out info on Vernon, a link to a list of gluten-free foods, and find these 3 recipes that we've made today. Plus, please let us know your favorite dish from the show and share your comments, and you never know, I might read them on the air. That'll get you entered to win a $100 Kroger shopping spree. So check it out, cookinwithkroger.com. Okay, Vernon, where are we at?
We are getting ready to fold together all of our ingredients.
Okay.
We're going to fold in the heavy whipping cream and the chunked up cookie pieces.
Okay. And I see folding is a little bit different than mixing, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
You're trying to keep the volume in there with the air that you've actually whipped into this whipped cream.
Right.
And if you mix it down, it's going to be more, I guess, more of a mass instead of a nice, light, fluffy dessert, what we're looking for.
Right. So you start at the bottom and you just bring it up and over the top in a nice circular motion. You don't want to stir too fast or hard.
Okay.
Mix everything in and just continue bringing it up and over, and you will wind up where everything does mix and you get all the great flavors mixed throughout, but you're not stirring, which will break down the cream.
Yeah, I think even for a nice, lighter, fluffier, you can do this in stages too, can't you?
Yes.
In 3 different stages.
Yes.
So we've got that folded together, so we're going to put this thing together.
So to put it together, we start with a standard size muffin cup.
Okay.
Line it with foil muffin liners. And we're going to take 1 tablespoon of the cookie that we've crushed and put it in each of these muffin cups.
Okay. We'll just do 3 of those.
Okay. Then you take the paper liner that comes between them and just press it in there firmly. That gives you a nice solid crust at the bottom. Mm-hmm. And then we simply take the mixture and spoon it into the cups.
And then I guess you just put like this one little Oreo right on top, just like that,
yes.
huh?
just
And
for
you've
garnish.
got some already made up over here, correct?
I do.
Those look beautiful. They're already set up. How long do you have those in the refrigerator?
At least an hour.
Okay. So I guess we're just going to put these on the plate and make it pretty. If you want to put a little bit of chocolate down there while I put these beautiful cheesecakes down there. Look at these things. Woo!
They do look good.
Grind on these things after the show. And then put a little bit more chocolate right on top of there, just like that.
We're going to grub.
There you go. Beautiful. We have to take a small break, but when we come back, we're putting this all together and wrapping it up as Cookin' with Kroger returns. Don't go away.
At Kroger, we're focused on quality.
We bake our bread fresh in our store.
You can't get any fresher.
We bake pies, we bake cookies.
Chocolate chip is our #1 cookie.
We have beautiful desserts.
And we can decorate a cake for any occasion. I love decorating cakes.
If it's in my bakery, it is fresh.
Gotta be fresh.
Come and see what's fresh at your Kroger bakery.
Come see what's fresh.
Come see what's fresh.
Come and see what's fresh.
Come see what's fresh.
Get more value
For the way you live.
Every day at Kroger.
You've seen our beautiful kitchen on Cookin' with Kroger. Now check out Twist and Turns, Virginia-made custom metal furniture. Counter stools, bar stools, tables, chairs. Elegant enough for indoors, yet durable for outdoors. With over 100 designs to choose from, we can personalize your furniture with a logo, drawing, or picture. Plus, we offer a variety of powder coating finishes. Twist and Turns. Visit us online or at our retail store at Valley View Mall in Roanoke.
Look at these 3 gluten-free dishes that we prepared today. Our quinoa mango salad, our authentic Swedish meatball burgers, and our no-bake cookies and cream cheesecake. I want to thank Vernon Ferguson for being our special guest today. And if you want to learn more about a gluten-free diet, celiac disease, and gluten-free products that Kroger carries, please stop by the Kroger at Tanglewood Mall and ask for Vernon. Also, please remember to join us again Sunday, March 18th at 7:30 a.m., where our guest chef will be Pamela Irving from the Feeding America Southwest Virginia Food Bank. Also, don't forget our website, cookinwithkroger.com, for your chance to win a $100 Kroger shopping spree. From Etchipanis, Twist and Turns, and Kroger, I'm Chef Steve Alls. See you next time on Cookin' with Kroger.
We pay attention to what our customers want and lower prices on items that matter the most.
At Kroger, low prices are everywhere.
We have low prices every day on the items you buy most.
We have hundreds of generic prescriptions for just $4.
You can save on gas just by shopping at Kroger.
Low prices are everywhere.
You really do save a lot more at Kroger.
You really do save a lot more at Kroger.
You'll always save at Kroger.
You always save at Kroger.
Get more value
For the way you live.
Every day at Kroger.